will. Hi, my name's Orla, how you doing? So I got this book recently because when I heard the premise of it, I was like, that's Larry. Like, that is Larry, is it not? I know the authors have addressed it and they're like, it's not about Larry, but they kind of were like, it's not about Larry, but like, it's a book, so take it however way you want to take it. So to me, it was kind of like, no, but yeah. I'd also like to preface this by saying that I'm not a Larry. Personally, I have a lot of opinions. I might like scatter them throughout this video, but I'm gonna read this book, see how it goes. Oh wait, sorry, I just put on my nails. Blurb says, Ruben and Zach are two members of Saturday, one of the world's biggest boy bands. Teen heartthrobs in front of the camera, they're also best friends backstage, but management's pressure on Ruben to stay in the closet is taking a toll. It's taking its toll. Sorry. Zach is the only one he can confide in. As Ruben and Zach come to rely on each other more and more during their whirlwind tour of Europe, their close friendship evolves into romance. But yeah, just if you read the blurb there, it feels very Larry. I'll read it and see if I still feel like it's very Larry. Like, as someone who's not a Larry and this is just screaming Larry, I can't imagine how it's like for the Larrys. So I just thought that'd be fun to do like a little reading vlog. I don't really do this that often, but I just think that'd be cute. Do you guys like my child? Like, okay, just because I enjoy reading this doesn't mean that some of the lines are cringe, okay? Zack Attack, I'm never gonna read that and think that it's... I just wish, and I wish I could tell this to my past self as well, heterosexuals do not have these thoughts. Heterosexuals do not think like this. And that doesn't mean that you're gay, it just means that you're not heterosexual. It's also pretty, but it doesn't matter. Not compared to Ruben. I do enjoy about LGBT books is when they're talking about like realizing that you're bi. For some reason, it's not always... Some people I've heard just have a like really easy this go, oh yeah, that's easy. But for a lot of people that I know, and me myself, it was just like in my head as like a 13-year-old, it was like, it'd be so much easier to just be like one or the other. I'd like rather just be like certain it's like one or the other rather than like because you're very like, you're doubting yourself, you're confused, you don't know what's going on, you're like, is this right, is this normal, is this real, is this even like allowed? Also, if there's ever a bisexual novel without the word panic in it, come on. Hi, how are you? It's a few days later, but I'm gonna update you on where I am with the book. Did that come out clearly? Can I talk? So after I left, he was actually only read a chapter, and then I went out for dinner with my friend, and then the next day I didn't read anything. And I was like getting really nervous because I was like, oh my god, what if this is a bad book and I can't read it? So for the first chapter or two, I just wasn't connected with anything. I was like, this is gonna be really difficult. I was like, I'm gonna be dragging through this. If this is not gonna be fun, I'm just gonna be dragged all the way through this, and it's going to kill me a little bit on the inside. But then last night at like 10, I was like, okay, no. We have to read this. You have to read this. We have to give it the chance. You bought this book. We're gonna read it. And then all of a sudden, every chapter I finished, I just wanted to read the next one. And then I wanted to read the next one. And then I wanted to read the next one. And so basically, yesterday at 10, I was on about page 15. And by the time I finished reading, I was on page 100. So like, I just kept, I couldn't put it down. The only reason I put it down was because I had to sleep. I didn't even sleep then. Kind of a waste of time. I will say, although like, all of like the reviews that I've read on it are people basically being like, Larry. Oh, is this about Larry? I don't, maybe. I will say I can understand why the author said it's not about Larry, because if, okay, again, I'm not a Larry, but if Larry were real, that's not how I think that they would have gotten together. That's not how I imagine their togetherness started. But I adore the But I adored the switching perspectives. I adore that we get Ruben and then we get Zach, and I just think, you know, it's good to be in both of their heads just with the nature of their relationship. Especially, I'm gonna try keep this spoiler free, but essentially, like, one of the members is like, their projected image of me is very different than the actual me, and that I always like 1000% thought that was One Direction, because they always painted, say, Harry Styles as like the womanizer, always goes after the older women, like kind of like the bad boy, and Liam was like daddy direction. I just feel like when we see Liam doing his solo stuff now, I feel like they definitely portrayed whatever they were portraying of Liam in One Direction probably wasn't as accurate to him in real life, just because of how he's going about his solo career. Oh my god, I forgot I filmed this. This was before the Liam Payne Logan Paul podcast. Am I a genius? Yes, I am a genius. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a bit more connected with some of the characters, because obviously, like, I feel like we know like Ruben and Zach well, but the other characters I feel like I'm not as I just don't feel like the connection with the characters. So the other characters are Angel and John. It's so cheesy and cute. My eyes physically hurt. Very cute. Cannot read the word ally anymore without thinking, I'm not homophobic. I'm an ally. Congratulations. We thank you for your service. I can't do a British accent. I'm so sorry. Was I trying? No, I wasn't. Was I trying to do a British accent? I don't think I was. Anyway, the word ally is now ruined for me, but I don't care. I went out for lunch and shopping with my sister, but we did no damage. So, well, we bought stuff, but like it wasn't like we did damage. We could have. We didn't. Let me see where I am. I'm on page 160. I think it's kind of getting a bit like into it now. Like for the past, like, I want to say, I don't know how many pages, it's been a bit like Rocky, been a bit like da-da-da-da-da. I always love reading from the bisexual perspective because I know what it's like, and it's so frustrating reading of somebody else and you're like, to you you're like, of course you like someone of the same gender, but to them, you know how like scary it can be, or like confusing it can be, and how like conflicted you can feel on the inside. So for like you as the outsider, you're like, come on, you have to know that this means something, and to them they're like terrified. So I love reading the bisexual perspective, the blossoming bisexual perspective. Okay, I'm past page 300, so only like 100 pages to go. I just thought I'd show you. I'm using this Kevin photo card as my bookmark. The different chapters, like, okay, so it's Ruben and then it's Zach, and it's their, like, it's different perspectives. To me, I wish they made the writing more different between the two of them, because sometimes I'm reading and it's not always obvious to me just based on what I'm reading whose chapter it is. And I feel like if you're going to do switching perspectives, you should really have some kind of nuance between the characters that really differentiates them. Like, obviously, like in the earlier chapters, if there was somebody who was like, I don't know how to express my sexuality, you knew who it was. But it's just not as clear anymore whose chapter you're on. Also, the little quarrel accident, something. Do I want to do the spoiler? I don't know. The further into it you get, the more you're like, okay, this is definitely not like a Larry fic. It's definitely not based on them at all. But it is funny that like you literally cannot hear of a plot about a gay couple in a band without thinking of Larry. They used the word cock again, and now I'm thinking that it's intentional. I was on like page 350, and there's 400 pages in it. I'm now on page 375. I need to finish it. I physically need to finish this book. That is my one thing about it. Like, although I like the story, I just think that it was a bit long for what it is. I don't think it needed to be 400 pages. I think it could have been 300 and I still would have gotten the same vibe. I really don't think it needed to be 400 pages. So I did indeed finish the book in that sitting, and I now have no idea where it is. It was last night. I don't know where the book has gone. It seems to have disapparated. I don't know. It's gone. Not that I plan on reading it again. So, you know, if I never find it, I never find it. So obviously I bought that book because I heard the premises. It reminded me of Larry. I'm not a Larry, but I still wanted to read the book to see what it was like. And most people also had that assumption that it sounded like a Larry fanfiction. The authors obviously said that it wasn't, and I would agree. My own, I'm not a Larry, but at the same time, if it was real, I wouldn't be too shocked. Opinion? No, it's not a Larry fic. But it does the job it set out to do, but I just think it was too long. Like, I don't think it needed to be that long. I think there were so many parts that could have been taken out. I think that not everything in it was necessary. I wish we got to know the characters a bit better. It's like, I can't believe the book was like 400 pages long and I still feel like I didn't know the characters that well. So yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. If it's your thing, go ahead, read it. But like, it's not something that I'd be going out telling everybody, you have to read this, it is so good. It's interesting because I think in every single boy band, boy group, there are 2 people who more than other members tend to get shipped together. Louis and Harry will always stand out as that pairing that like everybody kind of knows that they are paired together. But also it is 2022 and it is June. So if Larry had been kept secret for over 10 years, I just really hope they don't have to for much longer, you know? But yeah, if you've read the book, let me know what you thought. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to post notifications. Follow me on my socials and I'll see you when I see you.